Hey, Will Nye the Science Guy here, and today we're going to be learning about the digestive system.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter. T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
So cool, let's get right in, shall we? Now the digestive system, it's a journey throughout the body. The body is basically a donut once you think about it. There's this hole that goes from your mouth all the way through, you know. Alright guys, let's be real here. The mouth uses 3 accessory organs to help break down food and swallow it. Okay, first, let's start off with the first one. We got the tongue. Everyone loves the tongue. The tongue positions the food in an optimal location for us to chew it with our teeth. The teeth is the second accessory organ. The teeth help us break down the food physically. Alright? And then we get to the salivary glands. Now those break down the food chemically. And then we swallow. Alright guys, now once you swallow your food, alright, that goes in the esophagus. Alright, now the esophagus is a muscular tube that connects your mouth to your stomach. Alright, now this is an esophagus. And the esophagus is lined with a moist pink tissue called mucosa. Alright? And mucosa is basically a mucous membrane. Alright? And the way the esophagus moves food from the mouth to the stomach is through a process called peristalsis. Peristalsis? It's a very complicated word. Anyway, peristalsis is the contraction of smooth muscles along the wall of the esophagus. What it does is, it'll take food, alright, and it'll smush the food downward, like this. You see, yeah, and then, pew, and it'll go to the stomach, which is our next part of the journey. Tune in. So, once the food leaves the esophagus, it goes into a muscular organ called the stomach. Alright, now the stomach secretes acids and enzymes that help chemically digest and break down the food. Hey, Mr. Will Nye the Science Guy. Well, if it's designed to break down stuff, you know why does it break down the stomach? Well, Mr. Troll there, very astute observation. The stomach is lined with a membrane called rugae. Rugae are muscular ridges with inside the stomach. Alright? And they help prevent this acid itself from eating away at the stomach. Now, another thing is that the stomach will periodically contract to churn and digest the... Okay, now, the small intestines. Now, the small intestines connects to the stomach to the large intestines. Now, the small intestines, okay, it's a long tube around 20 feet long, and it's tightly wound up and around your abdomen, like right here, alright? That's where it is. And here's a shocking fact that you may not have known. Most of the food a person digests and most of the food a person consumes is digested and absorbed within the small intestines. Fun fact, I bet you didn't know that. I didn't. And I'm an AP scientist. The large intestines is not as big as the small intestines. However, the large intestines absorb water and vitamins while converting the digested food into feces. We're almost done here, guys. Alright? Not right now. We are at the
rectum.
Okay. Alright. This is the large intestine and this is the
rectum.
It basically connects the large intestine to the anus. Right? Alright, now we're at the anus. It's not funny, so don't laugh. Anus. Alright, so, this is the anus. Alright? And that's where solid food, or solid digested food, leaves the body. The anus.
Uranus.
Alright, so the liver has two large sections called the left and right lobes. And the gallbladder, pancreas, and parts of the intestines all lie under the liver. And the liver's main job is really to filter in blood coming from the digestive tract before passing on to the rest of the body. The liver also detoxifies chemicals, metabolizes drugs, so on and so on. And as it does that, the liver secretes bile that ends up back in the intestines.
Pancreas is also a digestive organ, secreting pancreatic juice containing digestive enzymes that assist digestion and absorption of nutrients in the small intestine. These enzymes help to further break down the carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids in the chyme. The gallbladder stores bile produced by the liver. The gallbladder squeezes stored bile into the small intestine through a series of tubes called ducts. Bile helps digest fats, but the gallbladder itself is not essential. Megan?
We are recommended to consume certain amounts of food by category per day to meet our nutritional requirements. Foods like vegetables, fruits, and dairy have nutrition requirements that are consistently unmet in our everyday lives. We are recommended to eat between 2 to 4 cups each, which is not met by about 80% of Americans. Also, about 72% of Americans don't meet the recommended daily 27 grams of oils. On the other end of the spectrum, sodium, fat, and sugar consumption is way more than recommended. Also, about 45% of Americans don't consume the required 6 ounces of grains and proteins per day. The U.S. kind of wet the bed when it comes to governmental regulations of foods. The U.S. urges pesticides and ingredients are banned from use in other parts of the world. We are the world's largest producer of genetically modified crops. Other countries also require labeling or genetically modified foods, which the U.S. does not. As anyone who has a pet knows, animals poop, but their digestive systems are slightly different from ours. For instance, both humans and giraffes use their mouths, throats, both the large and small intestines in digestion, but giraffes actually regurgitate their food after eating. Also, in humans, the gallbladder helps with the digestion of animal fats. However, in rats, something called the cecum works as a fermentation chamber, which can help digest long chains of polysaccharides. Although the cause is uncertain, Crohn's disease is a life-threatening and lifelong disease that results in swelling and ulcers anywhere along the digestive tract. Although ulcers can appear anywhere from the mouth to the anus, the most common area is right in between the small and large intestines. Sometimes people with this disease have diarrhea 10 to 20 times per day, along with stomach pain and rapid weight loss. Other times, no symptoms show. Celiac disease is caused by an inability to properly digest gluten, a protein typically found in grains. When gluten is digested, the immune system triggers an abnormal response, causing damage to the small intestine and hindering the absorption of other nutrients. All of us have had heartburn before, but some people have chronic acid reflux. People with gastroesophageal reflux disease experience reflux and heartburn more than twice a week. This happens when stomach acids and bile move up the food pipe, irritating the lining. Normally, over-the-counter antacids can help, but sometimes medical intervention with a professional is necessary. The digestive system works with the circulatory systems to get the absorbed nutrients distributed through the body. The circulatory system also carries chemical signals from the endocrine system that control the speed of digestion. The digestive system works in parallel with the excretory system. While the digestive system collects and removes undigested solids, the excretory system filters compounds from the bloodstream and collects them in urine.
Yo, this is Paige. Let's kick it! Digestive system. Digestive system. Alright, stop. Collaborate and listen. I am back with my digestive system, something that is packed very tightly, working my body daily and nightly. Will it ever stop, yo? I don't know. Water is absorbed, and I'll go to the extreme. My stomach breaks it down, and when I let it out, I laugh like a clown. Chew! It starts in the mouth, then it works its way down the long food valve, stomach, and starts breaking down in time. From then on, it's known as chyme. Small intestine breaks it down, you gain weight. Large intestine absorbs water, you can't wait. Sometimes so hot, you can boil it out of the anus and into the toilet. Digestive system. It's our digestive system. It's our digestive system. It's our digestive system.